What's up, everybody? Welcome back, your subscriber. If you're new, welcome. So today, guys, let's talk about the NFT market. But first of all, I actually just logged onto Twitter, and this post came up, which is actually pretty funny. So let's read it together. OMG, just got contacted by the NFL to use my cool cat in the Super Bowl. Is this real life? So, I mean, if you look at it, Dear Big Bull Kashi, we would like to use Cool Cat number 6640 at Super Bowl. I can't read Roman numerals. I don't know what that is. We have attached the specified NFT we would like to use and are ready to make a considerable WETH offer. We think your Cool Cat will make an extraordinary display to international football fans. Please respond with your security phrase. Please respond with your security phrase before February 5th so that we may process your wrapped ETH offer to you. We're all going to make it, Roger. Oh my goodness. So the kicker here is please respond with your security phrase before February the 5th so that we may process our wrapped ETH offer to you. So February 5th, that is 4 days from now, right? Today's February the 1st, which also, happy Chinese New Year. Happy Lunar New Year to anyone out there that's celebrating it. I love this piece of art from the Dogepound Studios with these cute tiger skin dogs or doges. It's actually just makes me all warm and fuzzy. But yeah, so guys, this is just another example of a scam out there, and I guess these scammers are just being more creative. They're just trying to think outside the box. I mean, I have to give them credit. I have to give these guys credit for thinking outside the box of trying to pose as the NFL. That is funny. All right, guys, so let's look at the NFT marketplace right now. But before we even look at the NFT marketplace, we're going to check the price of Ethereum. Ethereum right now is trading just slightly below 2,800, $2,767 right now. So currently we are having a green candle on the weekly chart. Hopefully we can stay around this level. Because the thing is with NFTs, when Ethereum makes a sharp move in either direction, whether it goes down or goes up, then a lot of the NFT collections actually, their floor prices do get affected by that. But let's look at the floor prices of some of the NFTs right now. Azuki is still strong right now at 12.8 as the 12.8 Ethereum for the floor price right now. It was, I think, 14 or even close to 15 ETH earlier today. So has retraced down a little bit here. Bored Ape again was 117 Ethereum earlier today. So it looks like a lot of these projects have kind of retraced back a little bit. Clone X, wow, up to 17. I think it went as high as 18 or something earlier today. So that is insane. Mutinate Yacht Club. I mean, I had heartbreaking stories that you probably have heard from my last video where I could have got one around. I made the choice of getting Rare Pepes or a Mutant Ape Yacht Club at 3.72 ETH. I decided to go with the Rare Pepes, and looking back, that was not the right move. But who knows? Maybe long term, those Rare Pepes that I have could be worth a lot. Anyways, what else here? We have Doodles. Doodles was at 14. It was actually up to like 16 ETH earlier today. So that's crazy. It's gone back down just a little slightly under 15 ETH. Bored Ape Kennel Club is at 10 ETH. Cool Cats. So Cool Cats definitely has retraced a little bit. Reason being is that a lot of the some of the Cool Cats holders did claim their Cool Pets NFT and decided to just dump their Cool Cats. I don't know for whatever reason. Maybe they're trying to buy back in because it may be anticipating that other people would sell their Cool Cats after they claim their Cool Pets. But Cool Pets, let's look at the floor price with Cool Pets. Whoops, that's not the right one. Do not go to this one. Do not go to that one. Cool Pets Cat, that's not the right one. So Cool Pets NFT right now, the floor price is 2.71 ETH. So right now, yeah, it was trading like at 3.5 ETH when it first came out, but then a lot of people ended up getting their Cool Pets NFT. Looks like about 6,000 has been given to Cool Cats NFT holders. So there's another like 4,000 that has not been claimed by Cool Cats holders, me included. I haven't claimed mine yet, but I don't plan on selling my Cool Pets NFT. I'm just gonna plan on holding that one. But the other thing is there's actually 20,000 Cool Pets NFT in this collection. So there's another 10,000 Some of that is going to be for the allow list, and some of that's going to be for the public. So there's still another 10,000 outside of the Cool Cats holders to be claimed or to be minted. So there's going to be still a lot to enter the supply side of things, right? So I don't know whether the floor price will maintain at this price. It's going to be hard for me to say unless there's a lot of demand. A lot of people are probably just waiting on the sidelines until everyone mints, or mints their until everyone mints and claims their Cool Pets NFTs. So it's going to be interesting to see what the floor price of this will be after everything is settled down. So they had some issues here. DNS issues fix in progress up to 48 hours. So it's going to be either within the next 48 hours. It's not fun at all to have to delay, but it's important that the website and minting experiences are working for everyone. We will continue to release updates as the servers propagate. As always, thank you so much. So there is some issues going on with the minting for the people on the allow list and for the public mints as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the floor price is after everything's all settled. But I don't know, 2.71. I don't know if that's high or low. It's hard for me to gauge whether that is high or low. Because right now the NFT market is quite, in my opinion, is quite overheated. So in other words, guys, this is not financial advice, but I'm actually planning on taking profits on some of the NFTs that I've been up. And I recommend, you got to ask yourself this. Let's say, for instance, you got into Azuki, right? So Azuki right now is at a 12.9 ETH price, okay? So remember, I saw Azuki when it was around 2.5 ETH, like maybe a couple weeks ago. It wasn't even that long ago. How I tackle this is, let's say I got into Azuki at 3 ETH, and right now it's at 12.9 ETH. So right now I'm actually up over 4x, right? And I usually ask myself this. This is a very important question that you should ask yourself, whether to take profits or not. Again, not financial advice, but just something that I do myself, is that I ask myself, what would I feel worse if Azuki goes up another 100%, so it goes up to like 26 ETH, or would I feel worse if it drops down like 50, 60%, so going back down to like 6 or 5 ETH? What would I feel worse? Would I feel worse if it got, if it crashes down to 5, 6 ETH, or would I feel worse if it goes up to 26 ETH, right? That's a hard question. I mean, that's a question that you have to ask yourself, right? Me personally, I like protecting my capital, okay? If I'm up 4x, that's a good number to take profits, honestly. And would I feel bad if it goes up to 26 ETH? Absolutely. But would I feel worse if it goes down to like 5 or 4 or even 3 ETH, back to my initial investment? Yeah, I would actually feel pretty bad about that too. So you got to ask yourself that question. Which of the two scenarios would you feel worse, right? Would you take profits now, knowing that, or protecting yourself in case it goes down 50, 60, 75%? Or the other flip side is, are you okay if it goes up another 100%, right? So you got to ask yourself that question. Which of those two scenarios would you feel worse? Okay, that's how I would tackle it. And if you're trying to debate whether if you want to take profits or not, okay? But like I said, NFTs are absolutely very volatile. So it's just crazy. I look at Azuki, right? This thing's not even out for like a month, and it already has like a 13 ETH floor. That's insane. It has a higher floor price than Cool Cats. It's been out for several months, right? Bored Ape over 100 Ethereum, which is insane. I would never imagine something like that. It's insane. And then CloneX up to 17 ETH. A lot of these projects are all over 10 ETH, which is insane. Like the last NFT bull run that we had, only a select few. I remember Cyberkongs, Cool Cats, Bored Apes. What else? Cryptodes. Very small amount of collections were up above 10 ETH. But look at this. Azuki's up over 10 ETH. Bored Ape, obviously. CloneX, Mutinate. Even the Bored Ape Kennel Club is at 10 ETH. I saw that somewhere earlier here. Yeah, even that. Like the third tier in the Bored Ape collection, the Kennel Club is at 10 ETH. Even like Hate Beast, for instance, they haven't even revealed their NFTs, and it's already almost at a 10 ETH floor, right? This is insane. The amount of money that's in the NFT space. Doodles, 14.6 ETH. Cool Cats, I have that. CyberCon is close to 10 ETH, or right now about 9 ETH, just a little under 9 ETH. Atom Bomb Squad, I remember looking at these guys, they're around 0.2 ETH, they're up a 7x to 1.4 ETH. Crypto Chicks having a little bit of pullback down to 1.74 ETH. World of Women, remember last video was around 9 ETH, over 9 ETH. So there's a lot of projects this NFT bull run that are above or close to 10 ETH. So that just shows you there's a lot of money in this space. In just the past week, a lot of these collections are up so much. And it just makes me question whether we are close to the top. And I don't want to FUD the whole market, but I've seen crazy things where the NFT space has, these corrections can hit you pretty damn hard. In fact, with the VV NFTs, they're a little bit in a correction right now, and those things were just mooning. Eventually, nothing moves up, infinitely, guys. So, a lot of people on Twitter, I'm finding people are posting Cool Cats to 50 ETH, Cool Cats to 40 ETH. I'm just trying. To me, that sounds it kind of gives me flashbacks from the last NFT bull run in September when people were saying Cool Cats would flip Bored Apes. Cool Cats was going from like 10 ETH to like 14 ETH, and it didn't go any higher than that, right? As soon as people, I saw so many posts from Twitter that Cool Cats was going to flip Bored Apes when it was at 14 ETH. It didn't go any higher. So I'm just having some maybe PTSD. I don't know. Maybe it's PTSD. Maybe it's the PTSD that's kicking in and telling me that. But just be careful, guys. If you're investing into NFTs right now, I would be very careful entering right now. And if you are in some of these NFT collections that are up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or how many X's you're up, please take profits, because this thing, I've seen these corrections, guys. They correct very fast and very hard. But if you're in some of these blue chips, or you're fine just holding, like for me with the Cool Cats, right? Like I said, it went from 2 ETH all the way to 7 ETH, back down to 3 ETH, all the way up to, from 3 ETH all the way up to 14 ETH, and then from 14 ETH, it went back down to 5 ETH for several weeks or so, and now we're back up above 10 ETH, right? So you gotta keep in mind. And like I said, ask yourself, if you're in the situation of taking profit, what would you feel worse? Would I feel worse if it went up 100%, or would I feel worse if it dropped 50%? If you feel worse when it drops 50%, then maybe take profits right now. If you feel worse that if it goes up another 100%, then maybe hold, right? It's up to you. All right, guys. So quickly, I want to talk about NeoTokyo Outer Identities. So NeoTokyo Outer Identities right now, floor price is 8.33 ETH. I do have a Season 2 Outer Identities myself. So Alex Becker here posted some more details regarding the NeoTokyo Season 2 Identities, Outer Identities. And there will be a tournament for the Season 2 holders to battle or to play this game. I'm not sure what the game is exactly, but it's going to be a game. And your performance in this game will dictate the rarity of your items that you get. So the items include land, an ID, items. Okay, these items are required to fully create your citizen NFT. Okay, so depending on how you finish in the tournament, so even if you don't play, he also mentioned this on his tweet as well, is even if you don't play, you are guaranteed to get the land, the items, and the ID in order to fully create your NeoTokyo citizen. Okay, so he even says here, if you do not play, you are automatically in the bottom 50. So you are guaranteed items as long as you're holding. So remember, holding your Season 2. You will need ID, items, and your land to upload and fully become a NeoTokyo citizen. So going back up here, so depending on how you finish in the tournament, or even if you don't play, you're going to be in the bottom 50 to 50% lower rarity item. So it's going to be randomized. So even if you do play and you suck, you're basically pretty much at the same level as a guy who didn't even decide to play. So me personally, I'm terrible at games, so I don't even know if I want to play. Because if I play, I don't even know if it makes much of a difference. But if you're in the top 50, you do pretty well, right? Above kind of average. Top 50 to top 50% higher rarity item. Top 10% rarity item. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. I mean, the better you do in the tournament, the better quality of items and stuff you get for your NeoTokyo citizen. Okay, so right now the NeoTokyo floor price is 8.33. It was down below 7 ETH earlier today, so it has a little bit of a pump today. But yes, I am a season 2 holder, and to be honest, I'm just perfectly fine just getting the land, the items, and the ID, because those things could be worth quite a bit of money, especially when you have your full citizen, right? I mean, you look at the NeoTokyo full citizen right now, it's like a 35 ETH floor price, right? And that's the season 1. So season 2, I don't think it's going to be as high as the season 1, but it's going to be worth a lot of money. I mean, I put my trust in Alex Becker, and when it's all said and done, there's only going to be 6,500 of these NeoTokyo citizens, right? Because Alex Becker came out and said that there won't be a season 3. So this is it, just season 1 and season 2 for the NeoTokyo citizens. So yeah, that is that. Last but not least, one of my favorite projects, The Evaverse. So I posted this, I feel warm and fuzzy, on my Twitter posts. And the reason why is that the floor price right now for the Evaverse is up to 0.379. But earlier today, there was a whale that decided to scoop up a lot of them at the floor price, and it definitely has driven up the floor price. One thing I love about this project is the community. The community is just absolutely, I mean, look at this. I don't get many likes and retweets on my Twitter posts, is what I find. But I mean, every time I post about the Eververse, the people are just, look at this. I mean, look at all the love that I'm getting from the Eververse community. But even on their Discord, if you're having some trouble, someone there, shout out to Dix. He's always helping people in the Eververse Discord channel. But yeah, I mean, go on their Discord. If you're new to, if you're not a part of the Evaverse community, I highly recommend you join. Just try playing the game. Download it. Download Steam. Download the game. Just try playing around with it. You don't even have to. You don't even have to buy the First Arrival NFT collection, which is right now at a floor price of 0.385 ETH. There is a default skin that you can play with, and also a default hoverboard. So with the Eververse, there's several collections. So the First Arrival NFT is like the Genesis collection, and the next one is the hoverboards. So if you want to do the hoverboard racing, you need to buy this. Now this is on the Polygon network, so it actually saves you some fees. So if you see this purple Ethereum logo right there, that means it's on the Polygon network. So you will have to bridge over ETH over to the Polygon network, or you need to have some Matic in your MetaMask in order to pay the transactions fees. And then it also has some ETH in order to buy these hoverboards. Okay, but you don't, like I said, you don't even have to buy the hoverboards to play the game, because they also have their default hoverboard. But there is an incentive. There is an incentive for you to buy the hoverboards, buy a First Arrival NFT, right? Because currently in the game, there is a reward system where if you finish the hoverboard race, you do get what they call tickets. And the more that you race, the more races that you complete, the more tickets you get. And in the future, we're gonna have a token in the Eververse ecosystem, and the more tickets you have, I don't know quite the full details yet because they haven't released it, but the more tickets you have, it's more likely you get more EVA tokens. Okay, so there is an incentive. So if you have a First Arrivals NFT, you do collect more tickets as opposed to someone who doesn't have a First Arrival NFT. And when you do end up buying a First Arrival NFT, there are some things you need to keep an eye on, okay? And one of the most important things I would say is if you go down here to where it says levels, okay? If you click on levels, it gives you a number out of 100 or out of 99.92 here in this case. So they'll give you a number. So this one right now is 63.12 out of 99.92. So this is this prestige. So this is like a number that basically tells you how rare this NFT is, or what their rarity score is. So the thing is, how I understand it is that the higher the prestige level of your First Arrival NFT, the faster or the more tickets you get for completing a hoverboard race. Okay, so let's say I actually have like a prestige first arrival NFT of 93. So my first arrival NFT of prestige 93 would allow me to get more tickets for completing a hoverboard race compared to, let's say, someone who has this particular NFT, which has a prestige level of 63. Hopefully that makes sense. But I mean, there's other things you got to keep in mind. So that probably is the most important number to look at, is the prestige number. But there's other things you can also look at as well. If you look at the rarity, there's 3 different levels. There's Arrival, there's Zenith, and then there's Celestial. So if I go to the collection here, if I go, let me see if I can move this over so you guys can see. So if I go here, on the left-hand side on OpenSea, if you look at the rarity, so there's 3 different levels. There's Arrival, there's Zenith, and there's Celestial. So obviously you can see Celestial is the most rare since there's only 276 of them. Zenith, 887, and our first Arrival is over 8,000, okay? So I'm kind of curious if you look at the floor price right now. So for Arrivals, let me see. I gotta say buy now. Let's see what the floor price for the first Arrival. So the first Arrivals for floor price right now is 0.385. Zenith, I do have one Zenith where I purchased it for like 0.15 ETH back in August of last year. So right now it is about close to 0.8 ETH, 0.78, as you can see right there. So that's a pretty good investment, right? I mean, I got one for 0.15 ETH back in August. So right now floor price for that is 0.8. Then we got, where is it? Celestial, rarity. Celestial, I was checking it this morning. It was like pretty much at 2 ETH floor. Yeah, pretty much 2 ETH floor. So 1.95, 2.2. Yeah, so I mean, the floor price is very thin when it comes to Celestials right now. So it's close to 2 ETH. But yeah, I mean, those are probably some things I would keep an eye on if you are planning on buying a First Arrivals Evaverse Genesis collection. Is the most important thing I would keep in mind if you want to get the most amount of tickets, which allows you to get tickets faster, right? Is to focus on the prestige. So if you have a higher prestige, you can actually even filter it on OpenSea by just dragging this over, right? And let me see, Celestial, I'll just uncheck. Let me see the Arrivals here, for if you want to go the cheapest of the cheap, but at the same time had a pretty good prestige level. Let me see, this one right here is 0.5, right? And his prestige, let's see how much it is. His prestige is 82. So, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, if you want to get a high prestige first arrival NFTs, that's what I would recommend, because that would help you get more tickets in the game. So I hate to make the video long, but I guess I'll do like a quick game, like a rundown of the games. Alrighty then. So welcome to the Evaverse. So when you first get to the Evaverse, you will probably end up getting like this race in progress screen. So you will have to wait until that sign turns blue, and that you'll be able to register for the next race. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, I want to show you some of the things. I'm going to get myself off the screen. As you can see, these are my avatars that I have in my MetaMask account that it's linked to my Evaverse account. So the highest prestige that I have in my collection is this guy, which is the Zenith. So his prestige level is a 94. So how this works, so the higher the prestige level that you have, the more tickets you get for completing these hoverboard races. So if I click on inventory here, you can see I have over 14,000 tickets, right? So this is all the tickets that I have accumulated from completing these hoverboard races. As you can see, my best time is a minute 21, which is a lot better than what you saw in my last videos. I was getting like a minute and 40 something seconds. But I've been putting in the work. You can see that in the last 3 days, I've been putting in the work. But and also the hoverboards right here. So right now I'm racing a hoverboard with a top speed of 40. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but the prestige is 93. So the higher the prestige, the faster you can level up your board. Let me get myself back on the screen there. Okay. Uh-oh. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's see what we got here. Woo! So yeah, I'm racing with a hoverboard with a top speed of 40, so it's not the best thing in the world. And it's a level 9, so I'm trying to level this board up to level 10. So the more that you level up your board, the better the stats, and therefore the faster you can race. Oh, that was not good. Come on, baby. And also, the higher the prestige of a certain board, the faster you can level up your board. So the more experience points you get. Oh, wow. Woo! So my best time is 1:21, which I don't think I'll get in this race. I want to give a shout out to Bitrio. That guy is a speed demon on the racetrack, man. Like, he's like getting like times of like 1 minute and 10 seconds. And here I'm trying to break the 120 mark. And he's in the 110 region. I did see one of his boards in his YouTube video where I think he has like a top speed of 99 on one of his boards, which is absolutely insane. But also to Bitrio, he's like one of the guys who created the Evaverse videos right even before I did. So he's like a true Evaverse OG. So I highly recommend you go over to his channel and subscribe because he does provide some Evaverse alpha as well. But when you do finish a race, you do have the option to just roam around the Evaverse, and there are hidden treasures that you can collect, which also gives you more tickets. So like a hidden treasure would show in the form of like this blue little, I think it's an Ethereum logo, I think. Basically, when you do see one, you just have to jump up and collect it. And then, so if you click on my inventory here, let me get myself off the screen. This is kind of annoying. But you can see I have like 12 hidden treasures, right? Yeah. So best time, you gotta show off my stats there, 1:21. I'm trying my best to break the 120 barrier. But my best hoverboard right now, I'm just leveling up one hoverboard. I mean, these other hoverboards are just pretty much garbage. Prestige level's only 3. Prestige 2. But like I said, the higher the prestige, the more experience points you get for each race that you finish. And also going back to the skins, the higher the prestige level of your first arrivals NFT, the more tickets you get. I think that's how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's my understanding of it. But yeah, the more tickets you have, it does play a part on how many EVA tokens whenever that gets released. But yeah, I just want to give you guys that. Okay, so anyways, guys, if you guys liked the video, like the video. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.